Hello and welcome to the RTI Database overview. When you open the database, this is the first screen you're going to see. From here you can either search for an existing student or enter a new student. Today we're going to enter a new student. You'll do that by entering the student ID, the identifying information, first name, last name, and the name of the school. From here you'll notice that you have navigation buttons. You can either go to accommodations, tier 2 or tier 3 interventions, and as you can notice the report buttons are below. Today we're going to enter new accommodations. You'll notice that the student ID will always stay at the very top. A calendar pops up whenever you click into the update date, and from here you can choose from various accommodations from a drop-down list. Today we're going to start with a behavior sheet, and then there's 3 options for your actions. You can either start an accommodation, discontinue, or update. So this is our first entry. We're going to start the accommodations. Any other notes can go right here. You can either enter a new accommodation and it'll take you right back to the screen, or if you don't have any other accommodations to enter, then you can go back to the student information. I'm going to enter a new accommodation. As you see, the student ID stays at the very top, but the other cells empty. And I'm going to say that 2 weeks from now, this student does not need the behavior sheet anymore. So I'll just go back to behavior sheet and I'm going to say discontinue. That way whenever I print my report, it'll show when it started and when it discontinued. From here again, you have choices as to where you need to go, and if you just want to go all the way out of the program and you're done, you can always click save and exit. I'm going to go ahead and decide that we are going to start tier 3 on the student. So this is going to be the same for tier 2 or tier 3, so I'm going to do tier 3. You can go to start an intervention, and again the ID follows you from screen to screen. You can input when you're going to start the tier 3, so let's say that you went to commit today and you're going to start it. And then if you want to just write the name of your commit representative so that stays on the record, you can go ahead and do that. And then here's just a little drop down as a reminder if the student has been identified as a dyslexic student or not. And from here again you have choices. You can either go straight and update your tier 3 interventions, go save and go back to the student information, save and start all the way over. This does not take you out of the program, but it gets you back to that first screen. Or if you're done, then you can save and exit. I'm going to go back. I'm actually going to go ahead and just enter my tier 3 intervention. Okay, this right here, it's a little bit different than the accommodations because there's more data to input. So you can choose from a drop-down list again of the subject that you're wanting to update, and I'm going to say math, and then you can just write your academic objectives. And then if your intervention is on the drop-down list, you can choose it from here. Otherwise you can go to other not listed and then write your intervention. Any assessments that you need to input as well, how you are tracking the progress of this intervention, can be entered here. Then you have drop down again for progress, the duration of this per session, and they're in 5-minute increments, and then the type of grouping. Any other notes can be done right here. Now look, if you notice the way that this is organized, you'll always have the identifying information at the very top, and then your subjects are going to be organized alphabetically. So even if you entered a reading update and then 2 math updates and then a behavior update, your report is going to be organized by subjects first, so all your math is going to be together, all your reading is going to be together, and then by dates. So you'll also have them in chronological order as you update them. At the very bottom you have two choices. You can either go back to the main menu or you can print the report. When you click print the report, this program is set up to automatically go into your Microsoft document writer. But if you have a printer already set up with the computer that you're using, you can just click on the drop down menu and select the printer. The reason why it's going into the document writer is because this will allow you to have an electronic copy of the report, and this proves particularly helpful whenever you want to print it, and I'll show you how. You'll have to name your report. So I'm just going to probably do first name, last name, and then now you have an electronic copy. Now that you have an electronic copy of the report, it'll be easier to print if you just want to print ranges of pages. So here you can choose, I want to print only page 2 to 4, or if you have many interventions, I only want pages 10 to 18. If you print directly from the Access database, this option is not available. So if you click print and you select a printer, it'll print the entire report. So even if that's 20, 30 pages long, you'll end up with the entire report. So with this feature, not only are you allowed, or you are able to choose the page ranges, but then there's things like emailing the report. So if you are wanting to share the report with a parent or another teacher, you can do so by attaching it to an email. This database can be saved on your computer share folder. By doing this, everyone involved in the delivery of interventions can access the student's database, make updates, or check the history of past attempted accommodations or interventions. It is our hope that you and your campus will be able to utilize this tool to more efficiently keep track of intervention documentation.